an earthquake.
Forbidden Siren. Gotta say, I've actually been a bit interested in this game for a very long time. I remember seeing a copy of this on the PlayStation 2 at Target, and then many years later I'm now an adult, I've got a PS2 emulator, PCSX2, and now I'm checking it out for the first time in years, and I gotta say, I was pretty disappointed with it. I couldn't get into it, so instead of a review, here's a first impression. Now, I'll say this straight up and down. Forbidden Siren nails its atmosphere. Its environments are tense, dark, and foreboding, and the enemies, the Shibito, they're creepy as hell zombie enemies that don't stay dead. That is awesome, and it also has not only a nice narrative hook, but also a nice gameplay hook, but it's all brought down by the fact the game is so trial and error. See, the story is set up as episodes. Each episode takes place at a different time, at a different day, and from the perspective of different characters. Now, this is actually pretty interesting because we do get to see the events of the story not only from the point of view of different characters, but I also read somewhere that you can actually perform certain actions in earlier episodes that unlock secondary objectives in other episodes. That's cool, but it also means that the narrative is really fractured and incohesive and, well, hard to follow. It doesn't help that the story isn't very well conveyed either. I mean, I really have no idea why the Stein protagonist was in those woods. And then there's the issue of trial and error. Now, as I said before, the environments are scary, but the game doesn't have checkpoints. Not like in, say, Resident Evil, where whenever you saved at a typewriter, that counted as a checkpoint. Here, though, when you fail, you have to restart the level at the very beginning. And what was once an incredibly scary and intense environment quickly becomes nothing more than like exploring a level in Super Mario 64, because with each try, you become more and more familiar with it. Not even the enemy placements can throw you off anymore. As for the gameplay hook, that's something called sightjacking, wherein you actually see the environment through the point of view of an enemy. This is actually pretty cool and does hold up well, even though it is kind of finicky to use at first, but it does lend itself well to some nice intense moments where you gotta use your enemy's point of view to figure out their walking patterns, their positions, so you can plan around them. But while it's all well and good, it's really not enough to really keep me coming back to this. Personally, I don't see myself really getting into Forbidden Siren. I might check out the sequel or the reboot further down the line, but with this game, yeah, I can't get into it. Unless you're really nostalgic for it, going off what little I've seen so far, it's really not worth looking into. Hey, thank you for watching. If you really like this video, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And I know earlier in the month I said I'd also have a first impressions of 2 of the Tropico games, as well as a Let's Play of Alien Isolation. Gonna have to change those around a bit because things have stopped me from doing them. So in November, I'm actually gonna be doing a Let's Play of the Outlast 2 demo instead. And for the game review schedule for November, I'm gonna be looking at Call of Duty World at War Final Front and Revolution 60. So stay tuned for that. And again, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe.